this tonight, but doing PowerWash Simulator. Doing the SleepyWash. I'm definitely sleepy today because today was a little stressful. We're not talking about Fall Guys. Fuck. You know what? Bastion's done. The fuck are we even gonna stream next? That's a good thing we could talk about first, I guess. Let's turn on Rainwave first. Let's do that first. Rainwave. If I saved it somewhere on my shit, I don't remember. Yep, that'll do it. Okay, cool. Just open this up real quick while I eat here. I think I can show you. So here's my... I've shown this list off before. It's a little behind the scenes footage for you. It's not necessarily a secret, obviously, or else I wouldn't keep showing it on the screen. I mean, I guess I could get back into Soul Silver. I kind of don't want to. I feel like we just took a break from that. But also, like, maybe the Kanto arc doesn't last that long. I don't fucking know. I feel weird spending the entire last half of the year on fucking Pokemon. But, you probably can't read into this shit anyway. So these are the things I want to stream the most. These, like, what, 5 of them? The rankings are how interested on a scale 1 to 5 I am in wanting to stream them next. So, like, 5 is, like, priority. And then 1 through 4 is just, like, how much I want to do it or not. So 1s aren't, like, you know, 0s of, like, I never want to stream this. They're just, like, very bottom of the barrel, like, don't actually know if I want to stream this yet. Yeah, I've been playing Lord of the Rings: The Third Age since, like, January 2021. I've been saying that's gonna be the next game for, like, 2 years. We're gonna do Soul Silver first, though. I guess we can delete Bastion off the list, because we beat it today. So that's nice. Pokemon we're doing next year. Or, Pokemon? Omega Ruby we're doing next year, because we did way too much Soul Silver this fucking year. But yeah, Omega Ruby by next year. Assuming I'm still regularly streaming next year, which I should be. We'll do Pokemon Omega Ruby. We'll do Ultra Sun at some point in the distant future, which sucks because I've been planning on that for a long time too, but oh well, what are you gonna do? I also want to do AM2R, but the plan is to not do that alone. My friend, the Satellite 54 on Twitch.tv. I suggested, like, I was gonna play it at some point, because I've always kind of wanted to know. But he's the big Metroid fan, I'm not. And, he was like, we should stream that together. So I was like, okay, cool. That was a long time ago, but and we're gonna do it eventually. If you like Metroidvania kind of games, he's doing a month-long thing called Castlemania, where he plays a bunch of Castlevania games throughout the month. So, I should check that out. There's a lot of 4s right now. There's a lot of games. I think there's like 200 games. 135 games. Well, after Bastion being removed, it's 133 games. Yeah, we're probably just gonna do Soul Silver next. Fuck. Yeah, I guess next Monday we're coming back to Soul Silver. Would love to replay Ape Escape. The only problem with Castle on the Coast is that I'm dangerously fucking poor right now. I'd have to buy Castle on the Coast. Corridor Z. Could be a good October game. We could, like, do that in between. Do I have any other, like, scary games to play? I think that was what I was going to talk about, was what scary games to play while you did it. Those Corridor Z is an option. I don't think Dear Esther is technically horror, is it? Momodora doesn't really count. Slay the Spire doesn't really count. That's the only one in that category. So Corridor Z, I guess. I would like to do it with someone else if I can, but like, you know, pretty last minute. I didn't expect to be done with Bastion that quickly. Or, let me rephrase that. When I started Bastion last week, I didn't expect to be done within 2 weeks. I mean, we have other Halloween-y games. I could really, really stretch the definition and do Devil May Cry 4. Not sure about Book of Demons. System Shock. Don't know how much I want to play that, really, though. I'm not a fan of... I played a bit of Bioshock 1. I wasn't a fan. So I don't know how much I want to like System Shock. In comparison. West of Dead is like a skelly... shooting things. That kind of counts. I'm not doing Amnesia. Not now. Someday in the future, maybe, but not now. So yeah, maybe we'll do Corridor Z. I'm almost done with dinner, by the way. Like a few bites out. Okay, let's get to the game here. And we'll start playing the game, and I'll think of other things to talk about. I will too. Swear I'm almost done. Unless I also want Skittles. I probably shouldn't get Skittles. But I could. I'm gonna go get Skittles and put this bowl away. This bowl still has like a bit of sauce in it, and I'm like scared of it. It won't take me long. I'm not even gonna put a BRB straight up. I wish I could delete my own chat messages. I thought you could. I guess you can't. There. Clearly I'm back, but I'm putting back. See? I'm back. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, hey.
But it's like 11. It's like 11:15. What time is it in Japan? Turn that up. I love that grooving. What kind of music is that? Like a bossa nova beat?
Okay. Oops. Don't need this in here anymore. Oh. I'm like an adult and I know how to run my life. It's like fine. It's like fine and good. I also have lemonade. Getting Skittles was a poor choice. Alright, so apparently I'm cleaning the fishing boat. I've cleaned 33% of it and it made $0 because these surfaces are just so fucking big. But I don't really talk about PowerWash Simulator during the PowerWash Simulator streams. I talk about other stuff. I talk about life. I talk about concepts. I talk about media. I talk about... I guess not sports. I guess that's where I draw the line. I mean, I could talk about sports, but I don't even know shit about sports, so it'd be a pretty lame conversation for anybody who would be interested in sports. Oh, check this out, by the way. Bada boom! I got fucking sci-fi shit. And this is how you clean a boat. This is the real way to do this. God, this pink lemonade is so fucking strong. So the last few sleepy washes have been pretty depressing. I gotta say I'm not doing too much better now. I don't like making this into like a diary, you know. I like it to be more vlog-ish, you know. But to where I'm actually, you know, still carrying a conversation. Like there's a topic to be had here, like chat could chime in anytime they wanted. Versus me just being like, oh, I'm sad, or like, oh, I'm really happy this thing happened. I feel like since I've started SleepyWash, my life has been becoming worse. Not because of SleepyWash, just because life is hard for a lot of people right now, and I am fighting it almost entirely alone. Not because, like, I need help and no one can help me. It's because, well, actually, yeah, that's exactly it. I need help and everyone else is fucking also broke. I did legit have, I won't say who, but I did have a friend who did offer, like, let me buy you groceries for the week or something like that. Like, I'll just go get you groceries. It won't be a big deal. And I was like, here's the thing. I really do appreciate the sentiment. I'm, like, very excited that you would do that for me. But, like, even if you give me money for groceries, or you just flat out buy groceries for me, like, it's going to be a drop in the bucket to, like, what my problems are right now. Like, thank you. But, like, it like, at this point, doesn't matter. I'm so fucked. If it gets to the point where I can't stream anymore, I will tweet about it. And I am saying that as an actual viable fucking, like, I guess, not a warning, because it doesn't affect you people if I can't, like, stream anymore. I mean, I guess it would. It'd be sad, but, like, if it comes to the point where I can't stream anymore, I'll probably tweet about it. Unless I can get my phone somehow broken and that, too. I feel like I'd find some way to get on Twitter, though. Like, I borrow a friend's phone or something. But yeah, it's getting to the point of danger where I'm actually realistically considering, like, I might be fucked. Like, entirely fucked. Like, just like, I might not be able to afford housing for the next month. Hopefully I'm wrong, you know. I squeaked by this month, so hopefully This past month, I mean, so hopefully October will be, like, a little better, but, like, I'm still in debt. Like, I'm fucked. I am the most broke I've ever been. And, you know, I try to get another job to save my hide, and they tell me I'm not fucking qualified, so what are you gonna do? Having a bachelor's is fun. Anyway, that's enough about that, because if I tweet more about that, I am just gonna get, like, sad. And that's not what this stream is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about talking about interesting fucking things. The last few, I let myself get sadder than I normally want to. And that's because I can normally turn that thing around, you know? I can normally turn the bus around and it's like, hey, let's go off the exit here and go to where we can make this an interesting conversation. In this particular case of, like, what's going on with my week, what's going on with this month, what's going on with today specifically, I'm not emotionally equipped to fucking do it. I'll probably just have a really bad time talking about that. So let's stop talking about it. What do I talk about instead? Let's talk about the mooring hole. A setting I've always wanted to write something on, or in rather, is kind of like not completely, but like primarily like seafaring, like a crew on a ship, and not really pirates necessarily, I don't think, or at least not in the traditional sense of what you think. Kind of like a fantasy kind of thing. I guess you could say kind of Treasure Planet-y, but like still on the sea. That's a thing I always thought would be cool. Because a lot of the shows, there are exceptions of course, but most of the shows that do that are just like Star Trek and stuff that's very heavily inspired by Star Trek. But even then, it's like, yeah, don't go out into this fucking, don't go out into space, you'll freeze and die. Like, this is clearly a dangerous thing. There's only so many times you can use that fucking, you know, gimmick. But with the sea, it's like, oh, it's just an ocean. If you get a life jacket or in a life, like, or like a little, like, or like a little, like, the canoe thing, like, that could be a thing you could use. Like, I don't know. There's stuff you could do with that might be neat. And you can use it multiple times, because it's just a part of the ship. And yes, going out there is dangerous, but, like, there's plot devices you could use to right around that. I think that's an interesting idea. Will I do it? I don't know. I haven't done anything with this yet, but I put out a, I finally started the Ayden Iona portfolio online of scripts I've written. I ran into a snag with one of the scripts. Because exporting shit in iPad Scrivener is ass. Because with Scrivener on desktop, you can just pick a specific page and go compile this. So if you don't want to do an entire folder or some shit, you can just do that. Which is awesome for me, because I do teleplay. I do shit that has, like, multiple installments and episodes, and I would like them to be in one file if I can. The files become huge, but huge with it. But, like, that's not, like, a problem in comparison to the overall, you know, what we're doing. Writing a story. And a long one at that. I wish there was so much fucking, like, metal shit on here. I feel like I was gonna listen to metal shit, I'd just go listen to my own stuff and just play PowerWash Simulator off stream. Oh, wowsies. Not my own shit, not my own songs, I mean, like, stuff I listen to on Spotify. Like, I just go listen to my own amazing, fucking, dick-sucking, awesome music. Ugh. No, that's not what I meant. Anyway, But yeah, I'm gonna start putting stuff there at some point. Right now, there are only 2? There are 2 things I'm gonna put up there, and one of them I have to write a 3rd act that I still never wrote, even though it's been years. So I already know what happens in the 3rd act. I just haven't written it out in script format. And just put them out somewhere. I don't expect anybody to really, like, read them, but it's, like, a thing that I'll just have out, so I can say, hey, I made these, and employers can go, hey, look at this. But they'll be out in there, like, publicly, like, I'm not gonna hide them. So if anybody does want to read them after the fact, I'll probably link it on Twitter or something. Maybe I'll probably put a link in the Discord, too. Which is Randomrings Dork Congregation, which you can find the link of in the About section of my Twitch page. But, one of them I might not even put up because I'm so fucking embarrassed of it. It was in school, but it was for a contest. It was when I had the extra energy to be like, okay, I'm exhausted, but I'm gonna make this too, in between projects, and in between my job, and in between a bunch of other stuff that's going on in my life, so I can possibly get this, like, kind of accolade, so I can put this on my resume, that I won this competition, etc., you know? So I put it out. It was an interesting challenge to me, because it had to be, like, oh God, it had to be, like, 5 pages, I think. It was, like, really short. And it was novel form, which I don't do. I don't write in fiction prose, I write in screen writing format. Here we go, this is the shit I'm talking about. In fact, so much so, that I'm gonna go like that shit real quick. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what was I talking about? The story was stupid. I don't even remember fully what happens. It's basically a, I guess it's kind of horror-ish. It's not good horror, but it's horror nonetheless. And basically the concept is... I don't know how to explain it without spoiling the story, but it's not a good story anyway, so I guess we'll talk about it. Basically, there's a kid who has a girlfriend and, like, lives with his parents still, like, or his mom, I think. I think he had a single mom, if I remember correctly. His mom dies, and he starts freaking out about it, because the way she died, he thinks that people are going to think that he did it. And there's like supernatural elements to it. That's pretty much it. Like he has like a cryptic dream at the beginning of the story, and then the rest is the fucking, oh no, what am I gonna do with this? Like, my mom died, and like, it's clearly not by natural causes. No one was in here, but what am I supposed to do? That's pretty much it. And you're thinking that's a big mystery for fucking like 5 pages or whatever the fuck it is. And yeah, you're right. It is. It was too much. Especially because I'm a very character-focused writer. I love putting in little nuanced things in dialogue. But in order to do that, I gotta write a lot of stuff. I gotta use a lot of words. And you can get away with some of that shit in screenwriting because you don't have to fill up the page with so much like descriptors, you know, you don't have to describe every window curtain and shit, like, you don't have to do all that. So there's more room for your dialogue and scene, like, descriptions, you know, like what's going on in the setting, different character like traits and stuff. There's a little room for that because you don't have to explain it all the fucking time in screenwriting. But in novel prose, no one is going to know anything or assume anything unless you put it out on the paper, or put it in the file or whatever. You know. So, yeah, I didn't realize how much of that I use as, like, I guess a proverbial crutch until until that was the thing. I haven't reread it in a year or two, but it's pretty embarrassing. It's pretty bad. Also, it didn't make it. It didn't even qualify. They sent me an email basically saying, nah, it's, you know, you did all the requirements, but nah, fuck you. Which is fair. Like, I shouted out. A lot of people probably were actually passionate about what they were doing. I read the winning entry, I think, but I don't remember anything about it. Which is not to say it's like, oh, it's not memorable, it sucked, but like, I just don't remember it. Oh, I thought that said clairvoyant NB or something. Anyway. Yeah. So that was that one. Basically, it's like a game. There was 2 stories I did like that for college. Why the fuck did I do this weird game gimmick thing? I guess it was just like super into Death Note at the time. I don't fucking know. The other one is called King vs. Bishop, which I'm pretty sure I've talked about on stream once or twice. It is a short film premise that I had to write for school, and I just revised it today because I had to end it with a voiceover at the end, and there's not voiceover in, like, basically the entire rest of the fucking film script. So I was like, nah, fuck this is stupid. I took it out and added little details, like, kind of fill in the blanks, but for the most part, I was like, I was kind of surprised that I wrote in that dialogue, because it basically just says, like, what you're supposed to take from the story anyway. So basically, what is King vs. Bishop? King vs. Bishop is, it's a sci-fi game show. So basically, there's this, it's introduced in the beginning that there's this family, nuclear family, a wife and husband, older son who's visiting in from college, and a daughter who's, I don't remember how old I made her, actually. I think the other stream I talked about this, I said she was 17. I just reread the script. I'm pretty sure it's like, she's supposed to be like 21. I should know, because I made the character. But yeah, fucking, Mo, Deb, the parents, and then, their daughter Sid, and their son Jim. There's just a lot of little intricate details that are like, you know, makes an ass of you and me, etc. But it's a lot of things about the characters you learn, I guess, just through like their dialogue and like how they interact in a very brief period of time. Because I was under a lot of stipulations, and I think, unless I'm thinking of another script project I had to do for school, I had points taken off willingly. I was like, I know this is gonna go over time, but there's a few little things I want to add. And, I lost a few points. Like, not many. Like, I lost, like, 2 points off my final score for making it, like, 12 pages instead of 10 or some shit. Because I overthought it, and I made a short film that was stupid. Or rather, a script for it. I'd make a full film. I don't think I could ever make anything that intricate on my own. It would take a lot. I actually originally imagined it animated. So like, I could probably realistically make it into a short film just to have as a portfolio piece, but I have to get people together. And then I have to be writer and fucking, like, director and producer, and that would be fucking stupid. But yeah, anyway, so there's this family. What about the family, Ayden? You see them interact for a little bit, and then you find out that there is and then it completely cuts away to a completely different setting. It's super fucking jarring, but whatever. It's a short film script. I worked with what I could. There's an alien game show. So the host, the gimmick of this one is that they're on Earth this season, season 18 of the show. So they run this show called King of the Species. where there's this parasite race that they're familiar with, and they basically make them compete for resources. And a bunch of people come to the audiences and like go on their equivalent of like TV broadcasts to watch across galaxies. And this time they're on Earth. So basically, how these creatures work is they take a host. They take a host. If they can find a brain or something similar to it, they take that and they take it over entirely. It's not like magic necessarily, because like they slowly take over, and then once they get in there, they're like done. And it's not like, oh, if you get the brain worm out, then like the person is back. It works on logic of like, no, if the brain worm thing is in there, you're dead. like the body retains, like, you know, the voice and stuff, and the memories and stuff are still there, like the synapses and everything, and the emotions and all that are still there, but like they're still sentient of the fact that they're like a little brainworm creature. So on King of the Species, they based it off of an Earth pastime, chess. So there's enough people on each team. There are 2 teams, black team and a white team, because chess. And they're split into different things like that. The pieces don't really matter. They're just kind of called that for the novelty's sake of like it's all chess. So there are like kings, bishops, knights, pawns, but like they don't do anything different from each other necessarily. So they have to stealth into the society of these species, basically, and kill each other slowly. And they can lose by being killed by other people of their species, or like natural disasters, whatever. So it's revealed to the audience in the brief time that the alien is like on the screen, the host of the game show, that it's probably the finale of season 18. There are only 3 contestants left, and somehow miraculously they all ended up circling into this home to, you know, keep your friends close, enemy closer kind of thing. And so that's what the story's about. Is there are 3 family members who are kind of at odds a little bit with each other, a lot of unspoken tension, and then it becomes spoken. And on top of that, like for authenticity's sake, and on top of that, they only one of them is actually like not infected. And also, like, they can kill people in that species, too, as well. It's just a casualty of the game. Because the us that's inhumane to the species is just another, you know, a hunt, more or less, you know what I mean? So it's just as dangerous for whichever character ends up being the human. And that's how it goes. That's the story. You know, I don't want to spoil the ending in case anybody does want to read it. I don't know why you would, but in case you want to, because like honestly, it's never going to become a short film. Probably. Because here's the thing, I made the story, I'm not even that passionate about making it to a thing. So I highly doubt anybody else would want to be. Should I make a request on here? I got my faves. Unrated? I got a bunch of stuff that's unrated. Okay. Whoops. Oops. Full of request. No. I don't need all these requests. You kidding me? Okay with those two. And you can't see what I'm doing, so you don't know what the fuck. Okay, I figured out how requests work. That's pretty cool. Anyway. Back to OBS, I suppose. Okay. And now back to PowerWash Simulator. Anyway, the other one I'm not finished with yet. They made us do a full-length film script. My tentative title was called Minnie's Graduation Bash. I might change it, I might not. The plot's basically like Star Fox. It's not quite that simple, but it's basically Star Fox. Part of the reason I went that one out and why I'm not super embarrassed by it is because that was the closest I worked with, like, an instructor to make something cool. Like, if this were made into a movie, I don't think it would be considered a cinema masterpiece. I don't think it would break new ground, necessarily, but, like, I don't know. It'd probably be a good grounds for a fun movie with a good, well-paid, well-fed, well-treated animation team. But I don't have the money or the connections to make that happen. And again, if I'm not crazy passionate about it, people working on it probably won't be. But, like, I can get that headset. Like, I can learn to love that one, though. Like, I know it's cynical. But, like, it's good. It's good. It's a good story. It's got fun characters. I just don't like... I don't like writing full-length film. I don't know why. It's part of the reason I try not to be a huge film snob. Just based on the, like, you don't need the, you know, the mentality of, like, oh, well, so you do better with anything, you know, to have a valid opinion of it, of course, but, like, since I have the degree, I kind of feel like I have to have that a little bit. So I just, you know, remain ambivalent to a bunch of films with, like, lukewarm to piss poor scripts. And, give more credit to the shit that I think works well. Which is why one of the first things that always comes to my mind is fucking Charlie Kaufman. When I think about that sort of thing. Because I'm a kiss ass. Because I'm a parasocial suck up. But yeah, this stuff is very inspiring to me. And yet, I don't write anything like it. Actually, that's not true. There was one story I made like and I haven't finished it. I don't really know where to go with it. That's kind of the point of it. I wouldn't expect anything from that to come out in many, many years. Because it's, like, definitely fictitious and, like, avant-garde to a degree. Or at the very least, trippy. But, like, it's also, like, you could say autobiographical, in a way. That was kind of the thing when I started writing it. I started writing it as a venting mechanism, and then I started thinking as I started writing it, like, would you want this to be part of anything? Would you want to do something with this? And, or rather, more importantly, I think the way I'm trying to word this is, like, would anybody want to watch it? Would anyone want to read this? And I decided, like, maybe this is too self-indulgent. There are only so many ways you could make this to where, like, people would actually be interested. And then I realized, like, make it that. Make it that story. It's already trippy as fuck. You've already made, like, side characters and shit. Just do that. Make it something that people might want to see. Because that's the thing you went to school to do, and you know you can do it. And I started doing it, and I was like, I think I can make this attractive to somebody. I can't promise that it'll be anybody's favorite thing, but, like, I don't know. I like it. Like I said, it's like pseudo-autobiographical, so don't expect anything from it for, like, a while, probably. Just an unfinished script in my... Another giant unfinished script in my fucking computer. Lately, I haven't been doing a lot of writing. I'm doing a little bit, but not a lot. Because I, am just fucking so stressed out. Like, sometimes I think to the point of physical illness. Oh, well. I've been getting passionate about my creative projects, though, and I think this is because I've spent so much time fucking sick and depressed and horrible feeling about a lot of things in my life and how they're going, that I've been like, oh, this is cool. Now that I can do it again, I can do it. At the same time, the situations that have put me there have not changed that much for the better, so I'm kind of fucked. But, you know, again, we won't talk about that. This is right now, because we don't have to do that. It doesn't have to be sad all the time. That in-game dialogue says something about cats. It's the medieval rave, as we all know. From everyone's favorite game, Jazz Jackrabbit 2. Oops. Oops. My eye itches. I hope I'm not just pushing sugar into my eye. Ugh. Oh, it's already been almost an hour. I feel like I haven't talked about, like, anything interesting. I need to talk about something that's not about me. Which, like, the writing is outside of myself. It's a form of entertainment. It's also something I'm writing that you can't consume. It's not out. And those scripts will be in a very, like, draft-y, like, form. Whenever I do put them out. Wow, look at that. Look at that view. Yeah, cause I like water. I think water's dope. I don't drink enough of it, but I like it as like a scenery, you know? I like it as conceptually. I like it poetically, maybe even, but I'm not a fisher. Nor a diver. Like, even just getting into a lake to swim is scary to me. But hey, just like going out and looking out at it, I'm okay with that. Chilling out by a sea breeze, I'm okay with that. I like that. Maybe just looking at some marine biology online, you know what I mean? Like, just looking at some fucking dolphins doing stupid shit. Every once in a while, that's pretty okay. I don't really go out of my way for it or anything, though. I think, and this is totally me observing based on generalizations and not anything I know about, I think part of the allure for a lot of people and that sort of thing is just that there's this... I think it's for a lot of the same reasons a lot of people like space stuff, or like why they like Star Trek and shit, is this kind of constant reminder that, like, the world they live in, the huge problems they have and all this shit is small. I think it's like it's good to remind yourself of that every once in a while, that like... And I guess this goes around too to like my shitty situation right now. Where it's like, you know, other people have ruined this for you. They too are specks in the grand scheme of the universe as you are. And it sucks that this life has been turned into anything else other than that. It is at an all-time low. Because the people, that put us in these positions don't need to care about that. Sorry, I have to go like this song. I have to go like this song. I'm gonna vote for something just so I don't want to hear any more of these fucking metal robots. I'm gonna vote for the Zelda song, I guess. But you know, the difference between, I guess, that and like space stuff is not just that, but like, your world and the world's problems are, in a grander scheme, so small. And also you share that with this alien fucking species at your back door. I think that's really interesting. I think that's why a lot of people are almost inherently drawn in some abstract way. Some more abstract than others, some less abstract than others. To just yeah, marine biology. To just sea creatures. You know, whales, poisonous snakes, like water snakes, like blowfish, octopi, the whole nine, you know? And I think that's why I like it too. I think I get that. Because the difference between that and space is there's all these little creatures, you know? I mean, there are probably creatures out in space too, but we don't know about those. Yet. I think it's silly to assume too that like there's not more we don't know, because like there's even because that's the thing when people are like, oh, there's no such thing as aliens, because I've never seen them. You know, I've never seen aliens. So there's no way they exist. I don't. You know, I don't. I'm not a conspiracy theorist when it comes to that sort of shit. I don't. Wouldn't fucking know what to tell you about aliens, but I will say this. You know, I think we already kind of got him with fish. You know, we already kind of got him with walruses. You know what I mean? Like all these various creatures, and there's so many that are like undiscovered. There's so much of the sea that is just undiscovered. We don't know about that shit. We don't know what's living down there fully. You know, we discover new shit all the fucking time. It's like deep sea creatures. You know, and then you're just gonna sit there and tell me like, oh, well, there's no way anything like this exists out in the vastness of space. Like the reaches of which like we aren't even 100% sure are there. Just theoretically they are. Of course, scientifically it stands to reason. I don't know. It was easy for me as a kid to grow into this kind of, like, see it or I don't believe it kind of mentality with a lot of things in life. Because I was raised, you know, by conservatives to be abjectly, totally Christian, and anything south of that was heinous. Is that a thing I haven't cleaned? Oh shit, okay, well, there's that. You know, there's like this thing over here for that. Because, you know, it's easy when you're a kid and things aren't going your way and you're raised by a bunch of, like, evangelicals to, you know, go, like, I don't think the wrongs of the world and the wrongs of what's happening to me would happen if there was a God that actually cared about us. Or at the very least, not in a traditional sense that I was raised to believe. That fucking slaps. I'm adding that to my shit, too. Oh, that's fucking rad. Uh-oh. Doing wacky shit. Here we go. Oh, the map's already done. No? The bridge, really? The bridge railing. Oh, got it. Yeah, the bridge railing I didn't finish. Yeah, So yeah, not being able to see a force that was, you know, indoctrinated in me to completely put in my entire faith and trust in that things would be okay because of this fucker. And then also telling me that things are not going to be okay because, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do for college yet, yada yada. I want to pursue a music career, what an idiot, you know, stuff like that. It was, you know, even when you just think about that, it's kind of fucked up to force your kid into a religion at childhood, I think. If only for that reason. Because the push and pull back of, like, just like, no, everything's fine because of this, but also, no, if you do these few things wrong, not only are you fucked, but you're a bad person. For, like everything is sloth to these people. Which is bullshit. And I think I should clarify if I'm going to go on this topic next. Don't know how we got from, like, dolphins and beluga whales are cute to, you know, atheism, but I consider myself agnostic, kind of for the similar reasons. Actually, this was a good segue to that, that I, you know, that I just talked about. I don't, because a lot of people that hate agnosticism, I think it's stupid, don't understand what it means. Literally it just comes from the Latin term agnus, which is just, like, basically a not knowing. That's it. That's all it is. It's all the religious mattering it is. It's basically, it is, I think it's been classified technically as a subsect of atheism. But I don't agree with that label. Just because of how the definition, because of, I don't know how words work. That's like saying almost none and none are both none. That's bizarre to me. That doesn't make sense. Yes, I am still eating Skittles at 11:52 in the morning, or 11:52 at night. And I'm loving it, but I'm gonna hate it in, like, an hour. Like, you know, I have friends that are more religious. I have friends that are raised Catholic and are still, at least at some part, of the faith. And that's the thing, too, is that they're still critical of the organization of it. I think there's no problem with that. I don't think there's a single issue with being religious. I only have issue with organized religion. And how it was utilized to, make other people miserable. I think given the chaos of the existence that we are thrust into, looking to some reason for that suffering, would innately, using that word again to make myself sound smarter, almost imply a greater power, really. I don't subscribe to that. I think, again, I'm agnostic. If I had to take a wild stab at a guess at it, I think it's all coincidence. I think the clinging to a belief in a god is based on this natural, like, almost instinctive notion that human brains have that, like, our existence is pain. There must be some reason for this thing, this problem, you know? And as such, is the higher power. Ow. 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 And I think furthermore, like, I think a lot of people put this thing in their head and attribute a lot of things to this higher power, other than it just being an embodiment of chaos. Because that gives them some sanctity, but personally, I think the idea of a god in that sense, like, kind of almost humanizing the fucker in that regard, too, or maybe even, like, in, you know, polytheistic, religions as well. The thing I find bizarre about it, I personally think that a lot of people cling to that so strongly, because, A, like I said, it's better than no explanation for everything happening at all. B, I think it is a glorification of the human psyche. Because a lot of the things that people attribute to this supernatural higher being to do is a lot of shit that, like, kind of coincides with all the things we do as humans. Like, loving and wanting to have a place of refuge for their children is just, like, human instinct, you know what I mean? Like, as pack animals, it's what we are, it's what we do, or it's what we should do, but we don't now. I think that's where that mentality kind of stems from. I know there's a lot of mythological other shit that goes into it, like, you know, Western Christianity as well is pretty close to fucking, like, Hebrew. Or Judaism, I mean to say. Which is very funny how anti-Semitic we are raised to be around here. It's very strange. Like, my parents hated Catholicism. I was raised technically non-denominational Christian. I was basically raised Baptist. Or no, I'm sorry, not Baptist. Holy shit. Pentecostal. I was raised Pentecostal, technically. But my parents called it non-denominational, because the churches we went to were supposedly non-denominational, which is bullshit. Every single thing they did was basically the same as my grandpa's church, and he was Pentecostal. The differences are lost on me, kids. But yeah, I don't... I think it's a nice, comforting, warm, fuzzy thought to people to have this chaotic thing that can bring other things into existence has done that to you and for you at the same time. So you at least have something to point at and say this. And the notion that it is loving and caring and has all these human traits it's worship of the human psyche. It's a worship of self. Partially a mechanism, I would say, too, used to for survival, not to survival, for survival. I'm good at English. I don't know. That's what I think. I think it's where it stems from. The loving and caring aspects of it, though, I think more makes sense from, like, religious beliefs of people who were later colonized and enslaved and abused and tortured and murdered by colonizers. By white people. I believe that because... Oh, hey, this is the thing I voted to put in. I love this song. I love this song. It makes me happy and smiley. It makes me want to cream my jeans. Sorry, somebody texted me about something. God, this is such a good rendition of this fucking song, too. Love this song. This rendition is good. Anyway. I love Kirby! I love Kirby music! I love texting my friends! Anyway, religion! And clearly that comfort is also for people that want to feel a position of power and superiority over other people. Which might have been part of the reason, subliminally, why I decided to step away from the faith, because it was definitely presented to me in a way that the way you are thinking is higher than others, and I hate that. I think it's, like, duh, I hate that, you know what I mean? But, like, I think it's disgusting. And I think it's disgusting, too, that they don't think that's what they're doing until you ask them what they think about Judaism. Because the thing, like, my parents would mostly complain about was Jehovah's Witness, and I don't think it was... I thought it was just because they come to your door and being obnoxious. That's why stand-up comedians hate them, right? Except... Never mind. I was gonna make a Donald Glover joke. I don't have all the pieces to that joke, though. Well, like, no, I asked them more about it, and they're like, no, they think he died on a fucking, like, tree instead of a cross, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, these are the minute details you're fucking arguing about? And then, but, like, then it hits you like, oh, yeah, that's right, these people think this, like, all 100% occurred. But even then, like... You weren't there. You're not willing to say, okay, we're all in the same fight here. We're all part of the same society, because of like one detail that happened in a book that you have to realize, especially over here in Western culture, especially like predominantly white-dominated religion and white indoctrinated and white like, you know, manipulative, what? I don't fucking know. Like, Western Christianity, especially when organized, that's what it's all about, you know? Is just oppression, and that being like, okay. It sucks. It fucking blows. If you can't tell, I just lost my train of thought entirely mid-sentence. I don't do that often, unless I'm about to fall the fuck asleep or like someone distracts me. In this case, I'm probably gonna fall asleep. I'm not falling asleep at the wheel. I'm just like tired. Like I'm probably gonna be up after I'm done with this anyway. Speaking of, I'm not gonna go for much longer. We've been streaming for what, 5 hours? Oh, well, 20 of that was, like, pre-screen, I think. Like this. Like this. Somebody voted for an F-Zero song, and one of the other things is Robo 182, which I'm fucking sick of thinking about. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one and see what's up with that. A lot of Final Fantasy VII shit hitting the spot for me right now, which is weird because I'm not a Final Fantasy VII fan. I don't have anything against it. I just haven't played it. One day. But the 5 million other RPGs I'm planning on streaming are on the list first, and making sure I get a new job so I can afford to live in a place to stream all that. Anyway, religion. Yeah, I don't go as far as to say it's a farce. I think definitely it's easy to say that over here where I live, but I'd say in a general sense, like, because my main thing is, like, I would never tell a Muslim person that, you know what I mean? And if that's something I wouldn't tell a Muslim person, it better be for a reason not of, oh, well, I don't want to offend them. It better be a reason of, I believe their religion is truly valid too, and that they should have the freedom to practice it. And I like to think I've come to that point as a human being. I like to think that pretty early on into my adolescence that I already processed that. Especially because I grew up with atheist friends. Other sort of Christian friends that weren't forced to go to church as often as I was. And a Catholic friend or two. And like I said, I have a few friends now that are Catholic. And they're not insane. They're just Catholic. They're still perfectly capable of critical thought. Actually being supportive of the LGBTQ2IA. And the plus. I gotta say this too, like, and this is a huge fucking 180, because, this totally has nothing to do with religion. I'm gonna completely take a fucking emergency exit off of that topic here. This is something I wanted to say on Twitter for a while. I've done it a few times before, I think. It just sounds so fucking stupid and, like, almost like I'm brainwashed. And I don't think it is that, because the end result is loving people. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Every once in a while, and this is also 180 because it's non-negative as fuck. Ayden, what are you fucking rambling about? Sometimes I just think about, like, people can just be queer. People can just be gay. People can just be their authentic selves. You know, we don't live in a perfect world, so they're shat on for it. I'm shat on for it, but, like, if that weren't a thing, that's just a thing you can be. You can be born and assigned a certain gender and just say, fuck that shit. You can take silly little pills that make you, that give you big rock tits. You can get a surgery that gives you a fucking dongus. And totally heal from that and survive from it and have a totally fucking functioning wank. God, like, the fact that people can do that makes, like, every once in a while I just think about it and it just makes me giddy. It just gives me bliss. Is that weird? Is that fucked up? Is that to the point where it's, like, fetishizing almost? Because it's not the point where I'm like, I'm not specifically saying, like, oh, genital surgery, hoo hoo hoo. Like, I'm like, it makes me happy that people are, you know, thinking about themselves and coming to a conclusion that makes them happier. Like, how awesome is that? Like, it's fucking great. And it's such, like, a big deal, too, because the reason that they had to come to that conclusion later in life is because we live in this fucking state where it's not okay to be your authentic self. And that fucking sucks. So anything to that? Like, people have said it before, you know? A lot of people have said it. This isn't a new opinion. It is directly... And this doesn't even specifically go for, like, gay people or anything. I don't even think this is specifically a sexuality thing in any regard. Specifically for gender, a lot of people say that it's like directly anti-fascist to be trans, just to be transgender or non-binary or both or neither. And I agree with that. I just agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It sucks. But I think that also kind of puts a damper on people saying, oh, it's just a big political thing, I don't have to worry about it, with the existence of other people's lives. It's kind of fucked up. You know? What am I missing on this fucking boat? I am missing the bridge wall. I don't know what that is. It's gotta be on the back, though, I'd imagine. Oh, I'm edging my valor so fucking hard. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. I fucked up somewhere, I reckon. But yeah, I don't know. Me and all queer people, we don't see eye to eye on everything. I've constantly had falling outs with various queer people, which makes me sad, because I lose a friend, but, like, I'm not just talking about strangers on the internet that I get in an argument with or something. Like, I'm talking about, like, actual friends I've lost that are also part of the LGBTQ2 plus, IA plus. One of my friends was... That was before I was out, technically. I've told that story on stream before. It's a really embarrassing fucking story. I'm not gonna tell it again tonight, because it makes me sad. But, it was with somebody I really care about. And I think at the time, she was out, but not in... But not in all the ways. Does that make sense? Not all... Oh, there we go. Not in all the ways that she, is now, if that makes sense. Or last I checked. But I don't know. I haven't talked to her in a long time, so maybe even that's changed. You know, maybe she's completely different from that regard. I don't know. Like, if I hate it, for many reasons. And partially because I betrayed her trust, I feel. But, and I'm not just saying that the kiss ass either. Like, we both did things that were imperfect, but, like, I broke her trust, I feel. And admitting that doesn't excuse it. But in any case, I don't know, I hate it in particular, like, because I've lost friends since I've come out as trans, to be fucking frank, and some of them were not due to that at all. Some of them, I think they did drop off once I started being more confident with myself, and I think that's fucking funny. Like, those, I'm like, alright, well, you were a really important part of my life, but now I guess fuck you, deuces. And I think the other thing, too, is that there are people that used to hang out with me a lot. Like, I used to be one of their go-to sources of, like, human entertainment. You know, as cynical as put that way, but, like, based on how our friendship went down, I think that's what I was to you after a certain point, because it's common with me. It happens to me a lot. Oh, I voted for this one, too. Or I didn't vote for this one, I requested this one, I guess. What am I fucking missing, fam? This isn't a boat, this is a bathtub. No, this is actually just a boat. I don't know why I said that. The pulley. The pulley. Not already. Oh, this is the winch. The pulley. The oh. Deck wall. Yummy, yummy, deck wall. Ha ha ha. Is hello. There's Oh, there we go. That's all one thing. I'm used to the railings of things in this game being their own separate thing. Deck walls. There's another deck wall I missed. I wonder which one. That one. Okay. I was pretty willy-nilly with this one. Voice is croaky. Streamed for too long. Did not plan on streaming this long. I kind of plan on streaming for a long time, though. This is surprising. But I am going to wrap up, like, soon. But yeah, it makes me sad when I lose a friend that's also some form of LGBTQ2IA+, like, directly. If it's a cis straight dude, or, like, someone who turns out to be kind of sort of a TERF, I don't mind. Like, it sucks that they are, but I get over it weirdly quickly. What am I looking for? The pulley? What the fuck is the pulley? I would imagine that's the pulley. That is the pulley. But how? How shall I do it? This is good shit. I like this song. Steps. More music references that you won't get set in stone. I just like the little squeak my throat just made. It's time to go to bed. This will give like one person a boner if they're into this thing. I don't know what the fuck the starboard hull. I imagine that's at the bottom. I just realized after clicking on that and saying I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, see, I know my ship parts a little. I'm a right buccaneer. I feel like I sprayed the shit out of this though. But yeah, because I feel like, especially today, like, I don't know. I feel like we should all be in this together. And I wish the cis straight people that abandoned me could join along, but you know they've already made their choice. You know what I mean? In comparison, it's like, I don't know. It's sad to me that we can't all be on the same page there. And, you know, sometimes it's because I goof, but I feel like there should be more amnesty given. Like, people should be nicer to me when I fuck up and do bad things. I feel like there should be more communication. And I understand for a lot of people it's more intimidating than it is for others. You know, than it is for me specifically as well. That's the starboard hull trim, then the port hull trim. You would think that the one... Oh, found it. Is it the top one or the bottom one? It's the bottom one. It's a bottom. This isn't the top, this is the bottom. But yeah, I don't know, it's less of people should be, you know, more accepting and nicer to people who do stupid things. It's more of a notion of, like, I think more communication should be had after mistakes are made. So I think, not that every queer person is, obviously, you know, the same, in most regards. It's kind of not how people work. But we kind of all go through the same, or similar struggles. There we go. We all go, a lot, or rather, more accurately, my transport is dirty and making me so sad. Please clean it up so I can smile once more. Got it, Harper. I don't know. I just feel like we should all be unified at this time. We don't have to be all of each other's best friends, but I feel like we should still have each other's backs and try our hardest not to make enemies of each other and be more patient with each other. You know. Okay. Well, apologies for the deception and relax. This isn't an alien invasion or anything weird like that. Yo, Cerulean Sky? Word. We're simply time-traveling scientists from the year 2020, or 2278. Huh. Yeah, but there's no way you're human. Humans don't live that long. humans don't last that long. Not a chance. I don't believe that for a second. I'm gonna wrap up in a few minutes. I'm probably not gonna finish this stage by the end of the stream. Yeah, like, there's also a lot of queer people, like, too, because, like, I've been a pretty big advocate online about this. I don't have any, especially because, like, it's my stream. Like, this is my house. If you have a problem with it, you can fucking leave. If I'm doing something actually problematic, then we can discuss that on stream, you know what I mean? Like, I'm willing to talk about that shit pretty openly, because I want to know if I make mistakes. I want to know if I disparage people. Absolutely. In this particular case, I know I'm in the right. COVID's not over. We should still be wearing masks in public. Especially, goddamn, especially in enclosed spaces. In buildings. It's an enclosed space that a virus can travel, considering its current fucking contagion levels. They spread like measles now. People let it get this fucking bad. A vaccination, from experience, is not a full immunization. And it's fucking ridiculous to me people act like it is. And there are a lot of queer people that are just, like, skirting by on that shit. And I don't make a big stink out of it in public. I don't. I see a lot of people do it all the time. And there's people that I know are part of the LGBTQ2IA. And they do, and they, because, you know, nothing about being gay makes you a objectively fucking better person. You know what I mean? You can still do terrible things to be gay. I don't know. It's so inconsiderate. I'm not a perfect person. I say stupid shit. I romanticize relationships to a point of fault. You know, I don't recycle every fucking can of soda I drink. You know, there's things I do wrong in this world. But, with the masks, though, especially if it's one thing if you literally cannot afford to, like, get them in, like, a place you work or something like that, or you work remotely, like, isn't giving those to you. But, like, I don't know, it's just so fucking inconsiderate to me. And the reason it really pisses me off is because, like, my one friend, I've talked about this before, I think, on stream, too. They're good about it now. I don't know why I always say that. I talked about this on stream the other day. 9 times out of 10, no one fucking cares. I don't know why I say that. Someone hit us using technology that even we are unfamiliar with, disabling our entire systems with a strange substance, forcing us to crash land. Wonderful. Until our vehicle is completely clean, we're stuck here. That's a funny fucking reason to have a fucking UFO PowerWash Simulator level. You could do with a wash anyway. Wonderful. You're only paying $600? That's probably big in their time frame. If they got this fucking technology hanging out and they're scientists, they're 600 is probably loaded in their economy. You probably live off $600 in their economy. But yeah, my main thing was, like, my one friend is good about it now, but they fucking were in a place where, In the beginning, when people were still trying to figure out if you have certain already like previously existing medical complications and conditions, if you should even try to get the vaccine, like first dose even, because like it might literally be dangerous for you. She was one of those people, and she had allergic reactions as well to a lot of the mask materials. So she was out here trying, and it was a huge fucking pain in the ass. But she did it. She pressed forward, continued to find mask material that worked for her. She kept being persistent with doctors until she found that she was able to get a vaccine. And she did. She's vaccinated and boosted now and all, and the whole nine. And I'm very happy about that. That she's a bit safer. But people didn't care about that. She's still partially in danger. And I'm not going to go into her fucking medical history, but like, I know some of those pre-existing conditions. She's talked to me about the symptoms in detail. She's told me what doctors have told her about it, and it fucking scares me to death. It scares me to death that these variants are gonna get so fucking out of control. So infectious. So contagious. That she's not gonna be safe. Like, that... If you can't tell in my voice, that's world-shattering to me. So, like, I don't feel bad in saying, especially, again, this is my stream, it's my house, like, if you're not wearing a mask out in public, because you're just like, oh, well, it's been a while, oh, all the people at my job are vaccinated, so it doesn't matter, unless you know every single person in that building, like, personally, and you know they're all being safe, you know they've all been masked up everywhere else they go, they're constantly getting tested, which you can't fucking know for sure either, to be real. That's bullshit. And I'm judging you. I'm judging you. I'm not a judgmental human being. I'm really not. I'm judging you. That fucking sucks. It is such a dick move, and it's so fucking commonplace now. People are just okay with this. It truly disgusts me. 2020 made me lose my faith in humanity. Quite a bit. It made me lose my faith in my upbringing more than I already had, which was not a lot at the beginning, regardless. It made me lose my faith in just a lot of stuff. And even, like, this notion that things can get better. Things can get better if you continue to play into capitalism. Like, it sucks. Like, and people are like, oh, well, it's not the same thing. LOL, ACAB, LOL, this, that, the other. And then don't wear a fucking mask. Look, we don't have to be a fucking dogma. We don't have to be a cult. We can have differences in opinions on things. But I thought maybe, just maybe, if there was some kind of Twilight Zone-ass fucking disease that infected our world, we were all on the internet, we all knew about it, that there would be a much significantly higher rate of people not protesting against the protective measures and taking the protective measures and using them to protect people other than themselves. Just a little bit. Just with the knowledge that there are immunocompromised people that are going to get hit with this the most. And at the time, just the elderly in general. No. Nope. Nada. Zilch. And like, you know, I live in Redneck, USA, as I've stated before. I live in a red state, and it's... I expected it from these fucking half-inbred bumblefucks. But some of these people, I'm so fucking... And you know what the funny thing is? The other day at my job, someone made a joke about it, to my face, about me still wearing a mask. And I was like, yep, that's it. That's the only reason. Like, whatever we were joking about, I was like, that's it. Oh, it was because I was like, LOL, my breath's fucking terrible in this mask, ha ha ha. Which it really wasn't, but like, I just was making a joke about it. And he was like, oh yeah, it makes sense. That's why you still wear the mask. And I was like, yep, that's it. That's the only reason I'm still wearing a fucking mask. And everybody just kind of laughed. I'm thinking like, I hope that you caught how much I am talking down to you with that fucking punt. We came here to solve the historical mystery as to why the Mount Rushless suddenly became so angry, but then just as suddenly stopped. I've been wondering that too, Cerulean Sky. It's not known to you guys yet, but Ruthless is the master key for the entire Pacific Ring of volcanoes. When it blows, they all blow! Yo! PowerWash Simulator's getting apocalyptic. The last time that happened, we said goodbye to the dinosaurs. We didn't say goodbye to the... Oh, I guess we did say goodbye to the dinosaurs. I don't know. It upsets me. I said I was going to take this to a happy topic of like, haha, I love my fellow gays. And then I turned it into like, if you don't wear a mask, I'm fucking disgusted with you. Like, I don't know. It upsets me. It upsets me that people can't do one little insignificant thing. That'll make you kind of irritated for a little bit. To save lives. Literally save lives. I'm half tempted to look up the artist. Just because it's topical to what we're doing right now. Speaking of which, I'm gonna wrap up here. On this point. I'll wrap up on this point. And then I'll shut the fuck up and go to bed. There's an artist, I don't remember their name, but they made a comic about quitting their job. It was because they were wearing a mask in public. They're wearing a mask at their job. It was a customer service job. And the customer was giving them shit about how annoying they were that they're still wearing a mask and expecting other people to wear it. And even in the comic, they go, well, wear it or don't. But, you know, I'm going to keep wearing it because I'm immunocompromised and I would like for other people to do so. And some people also like to not let me die. And hearing those accounts like that hit me hard. But I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm glad that they're saying it. And I'm glad they're making art about it as well. Because it truly does, as someone who's not immunocompromised, it reinstills my faith in what I'm doing, for people like them. So, big shout out to people like that. Big shout out to the immunocompromised who are still fighting this. I know it seems like people like that are probably on their own in this fight. And I hope that they find that they are not. Oh, and there's a Romanian slur on my stream now. I think that's a good time to fucking wrap up. Thanks, Rainwave. Alright, I'm gonna hop up after that. Sorry, I was texting. I was in a traumatic state of like, I can't believe there's a slur on my screen. Like, also, fuck that, but that wasn't like my hang up. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up stream here. I'm gonna be done for the night. Thanks for everyone who came out and chilled. Shout out to Julia. Who I guess in the VODs, this will be split out into 3 separate VODs. She was here earlier when I played Bastion. And I was watching her stream earlier today, before I streamed Bastion. I'll just put in the description of this video. Fuck it. You wanna go, I mean, she's openly, like, out and, like, pretty, like, vocal and open about this, Nommer, I suppose. So, like, if you wanna go to support an LGBTQ2IA plus streamer like myself, and one that I wholeheartedly 100% trust you to have a good time with, and someone who isn't an asshole and, you know, has your empathetic best interest in mind and is just fun to watch, go to Julia, which I'll put in the description, or you can just look up Julie, like Julie, and then like which is U, and then 4 H's, so Julie She's fun. It's a good time. She's a good person. You should watch her as well. In any case, that's gonna do it for me. Yeah, I'm done.